Ladies and gentlemen, there has been some backstage politics and drama going on in the AEW women's locker room. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard about something like this with backstage politics, especially with the women, considering all the Thunder Rosa controversy that happened last year. And then we have the men's side, CM Punk, the Elite, FTR, and so on and so forth. But now more has come out via an expose by Lufisto. I've never heard of this person until all of this had come out, but I'm going to give you the main points, the main talking points, rather than all the fluff that's mixed in there, because there's a fair bit of fluff, but I'm going to give you the main talking points from Lufisto's expose on the AEW women's locker room. Now, apparently, Britt Baker and her crew had a meeting with Tony Khan, and in this meeting they planned to do a shoot on Thunder Rosa, which means that they was planning to actually beat her up in the ring. Rather than have a worked wrestling match, they wanted to get in the ring and actually beat her up, which is completely unprofessional. Now, a lot of the AEW talent and backstage personnel have come out on Twitter recently and defended their AEW women's locker room. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am going to go through one, which was MJF. And we all know what happens when MJF takes to Twitter to defend someone. The last time he did this, he got it completely wrong and deleted his tweet. So let's see if he does that again. So MJF has said, "If you listen to miserable people who haven't exactly made it in this sport, that's not the brightest thing to do. Use your brain. If someone's been professional wrestling for over a decade and you find them to be talented but it's never quite panned out, then there's a reason for it. 1, lack of talent. 2, difficult to work with. And 3, delusional." Now, there is more in that tweet, but he just babbles on about how great the AEW women's locker room is. Now, is MJF telling the truth? Or is he just sticking up for his company to make sure his company that he works for, that he's a world champion for, doesn't go downhill? Now, MJF is a company guy and he will defend everything AEW if it makes sense. He won't defend things like people breaking their necks, which we've seen. But he is defending this, and he's defended people in the past, and he's got those things wrong. AEW right now seems to feel like WCW in 2000. They are hemorrhaging ratings, and the backstage politics in AEW is not helping the company whatsoever. And in fact, the backstage politics seems to be worse than Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. My takeaway from all of this is Tony Khan needs to grow some balls and be a boss. He needs to tell these people, you need to sort your shit out or you're suspended, if not, fired. And I know Tony Khan doesn't like to fire people. He even re-signs people that don't deserve to be re-signed and are not even used on TV. Recent example, Kip Sabian. Who is that? Who is Kip Sabian? Never heard of him. He looks like a jobber. From what I've read, he's barely been used and he's been signed to a 3-year deal just recently. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you re-sign someone you're not using? This man could go to the Indies where he can, I don't know, maybe get a bit of character, change his name. Who wants to watch someone called Kip Sabian? Not me. The other day I spoke positively of AEW when they'd signed Rob Van Dam. I thought that was a win for the company, depending on how they use him. But they've really fucked up this time, and I don't think they can recover from these backstage politics, and it's all out in the public. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.